I chopped my hair. It's a new season. I feel like we should do a little get ready with me pre-fall makeup look. I've given my skin a break for a couple days. My eyebrows still have not grown back. My dog still has hot spots. My skin is dry and burnt from this weekend. Cute top, very trendy. New clothes always signify a rebirth of things. Hi, I'm Danny. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm not a makeup professional, but I enjoy a fun get ready with me. Yeah, I chopped a couple inches off my hair. I'm feeling it. I just had it grown out down to here and then it was fried, so they chopped it off and here I am starting over again. Color looks pretty good though from the last time I got it done. So this cut is kind of fun. Not exactly how I wanted to come into fall, but you know, it is what it is. So let's just do a basic get ready with me. Hopefully my boobs don't pop out of this shirt. So my skin's been really dry lately and I really like this brand, Mad Hippie. So couple of spritzes. I use this morning and night. I really like this stuff. It's got vitamin C in it, I do believe. I think. I don't know, for the price point, it's pretty great. While I let that dry, I'm gonna always curl my eyelashes. I feel like if I don't, my mascara just does not go on as well as it should. I've been using a lot of the same products lately because I'm trying to use everything up before I buy new stuff. So this is kind of a basic, like my product go-to is kind of a fun little look that I'm gonna put together for just pre-fall, something that's not too dark, not too light, not too colorful. This is the best eyelash curler. Everything I have in this video will be linked in the description below, of course. And if you shop those links, I will earn commission. Thanks. My two go-to foundations are IT Cosmetics. As you can tell, there's not much left of this one. But with glass skin being in and my skin kind of being really dry, I want to just look a little more hydrated. So I'm going to go with this foundation today. Like I said, it's pre-fall. That's what I'm feeling. This foundation is my favorite because it has SPF in it. I'm wearing the color light medium, which is the same color of my face and not my neck. But if I go with my neck, I look super pale. So I also got this new brush a while ago and I really like it. It's kind of got like a dome shape, so I feel like it's good for blending. It really works to put the like foundation into your pores. I feel like a lot of times I get brushes that I feel like don't put the foundation into my skin and it smears it all over the top. So this brush has been a fave find. I always put my foundation over my eyes. I worked really hard to get rid of my melasma and you can still see I have like damage above my eyebrows because clearly I did not put foundation on that part. What is this? I need to clean my makeup brushes. I have not done that in a long time. They are well deserving of a bath. So this foundation, it has just a little bit of a sheen to it. I kind of always just take it down underneath my neck. I'm gonna try to get my face dermaplaned again this month. I did it a couple months ago. I would like to do it every month, but your girl's gotta pay some bills too, so. But dermaplaning does really make your foundation go on a lot better. Okay. Because I am a little bit tired today. I had too much wine last night. Concealer would be great. I have so much makeup that I need to like get rid of. Okay, here we go. This concealer, NARS is just the best. I love this shit. I did cry a little bit this weekend and I'm not a crier, so I'm just gonna throw that out into the universe. And like I said, I didn't clean any of my makeup brushes, so This is actually a concealer brush I got a while ago. Rihanna, I do love your stuff. So I'm gonna use this brush just to pat this in. Kind of always do like a little like, you can kind of see like a. I have not been the best with my skincare routine lately. I'm like out of everything. It's time to do a Sephora stock up. And I just missed the stupid sale too. This will probably give me a little bit of a glow here. So I just kind of bat that in. Pat. And then just kind of like blend it just a little bit with a brush. Because it is pre-fall, I'm gonna use just a little color on my cheeks because it's still 80 degrees out. This blush I got a couple months ago and it is my freaking favorite. I wear it all the time. It's like pillowy. It's great. It's fantastic. And it's really like colorful. And there's a little bit of like a shimmer to it kind of. It's just so pretty. I go heavy on the blush. Why not? I also have crazy cheekbones, so I feel like it'd be silly not to take advantage of that. I've been taking my blush a little higher up onto like the sides of my eyes. I feel like it's keeping me a little younger looking because I am aging. Obviously, we all age every single freaking day, whether you like it or not. So I'm kind of going a little higher up on my cheeks to look a little more flushed than sunburnt. So I'm gonna really just blend this in. But this blush, I need to go get in a couple other colors. It's the best. It's the Glow Play Blush by MAC. It's awesome. I love MAC. This is MAC. This is MAC. This is MAC. Almost all of my favorite eyeshadows are MAC as well. And eyebrows. I'm kind of doing like a quick thing because I don't want to spend a lot of time doing this. I'm going to use a little bit of this Glossier stick. I love this thing. I don't use it enough. I'm just going to kind of pat this in right here. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, I got a little carried away on that. I do not like to put my fingers on my face, but it might be the day to do this. So I'm just gonna pat this in. I am really feeling like all things translucent lately and like glowy and like shiny kind of. Usually I don't like shiny stuff because I feel like you almost look greasy, but I feel like if you use products right, it's fine. Glass skin is in. So I'm just gonna kind of pat this in. So all this covers pretty well. I just love this blush so much that I'm gonna put a little more on. Right on the tip of my cheeks. Yeah, I pretty much cried all weekend. It was really frustrating. I've been going back to school technically to like work on like my fitness. And I was a personal trainer years ago and like a group fitness instructor and all these things. And I've just been wanting to like, I don't know, stay fit forever. So I am a certified personal trainer again. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So I'm like, what do I want to do with my life now? What do I want to do? Because I like to do it all. I like to be very busy doing a lot of things. So I just feel like I need to help people. So I wanted to be a personal trainer again. So I passed that test all weekend with a lot of technical difficulties, but it's all good. Little life update. So I feel like this looks kind of like glassy, like clean, somewhat shimmery, somewhat shiny, but not too crazy. I'm a huge fan of Sigma brushes. They are my favorite. I will leave a link to these in the description below as well. I feel like, to be honest, I like MAC brushes more so for like foundation and blush, but I like Sigma brushes for shadows. But to be honest, I don't own any Sigma foundation brushes because I love my MAC ones so much. So at some point, I want to try to get a couple Sigma brushes, but these are my favorite. I feel like this little spoolie brush needs to be cleaned. I was kind of going back and forth between doing my brows with like the brow freeze and the pomade, and I'm kind of back to this pomade look because it's just a little more defined, because my eyebrows have not been growing in at all and they're not even. So, and I've been trying to grow them out, so like the hairs are literally growing in places where they shouldn't be, so hence why I'm also out of this. So I don't even know I still have, yeah, there's like, it's gross. This needs to go in the trash. So we're gonna go with the pomade today. I do use a MAC brush for Sigma. For my brows, Sigma. I could use this Sigma one for my brows, but this one was an old It Cosmetics brush. God, this is like sad. I should have washed all this before. But this brush is just way too big. I feel like it like cakes on this pomade to the point that I have like, not even eyebrows at this point. Caterpillars rather. I just set that up. But we'll be using this liner as well. I will pull that out. I literally just set that little brush over here, I thought. What in the heck? What in the hell is going on here? Oh, sorry, my cat's behind me. We're gonna fluff and keep going. Found it. And I didn't even have this ready. This palette, this Morphe palette I've had forever, and I refuse to buy a new palette until I use all this up. And clearly I have a lot of colors to use. So we're gonna use it today for my pre-fall makeup look. Let's do shadow first. So I like this little dome, kind of like tapered brush again. I'm gonna go in with this brown. It's almost like a bronzer brown. And I'm gonna do this right in my crease. Just kind of fluff it in here. So I didn't do bronzer on my cheeks. I really haven't been, because I've been using kind of more on my eyes, and I just, as we transition to a new season, I feel like bronzer needs to be a thing of summer. I have used bronzer on my eyes before too, because I feel like it actually makes like a really good natural brown. But this brown is almost like a chocolate. And I feel like that's really fall. And like brown is such a huge trend right now. So is zebra. So I'm just gonna kind of keep softly like blending this into the crease here. And kind of just flicking it out slightly. I have not been using eyeliner. Also is another reason why I've been using like heavier brown shadows. And I'm gonna kind of just break this down. I've been trying to do more like one shadow makeup looks as well, so it doesn't look as dramatic and it's just softer. And then with kind of the top of this brush going into my lower lash line. I tend to use one brush for everything lately, just because I like to get ready quick. It is so crazy that summer is like over. What happened? I went nowhere. I did nothing. It's okay. These brushes really also hold shadow really well. So I feel like you can get real dramatic in it. So I've kind of left, like, as you can see, like this part of my lash open, or my eyelid. Okay. Then with this Sigma brush, I love this one. I love this one. I love this one. It's a fluffer. I'm just gonna keep blending this just really soft, just to kind of soften this up. I don't want to do anything too dramatic for fall because, again, it's still 80 out. And then I'm going to still fluff this down here too. It is like such a pretty color. And then sometimes if I get a little carried away because I don't know how to obviously blend the best, I go back in with my foundation brush and I kind of just keep cleaning up this natural like fallout. I have a really big eye area, so I feel like, and being blonde, things really get dramatic real quick. Okay. Then a little packy brush, this little Sigma shadow brush. Because I went with that, I'm gonna go in with like a lighter. I do love this palette. I'm pissed that James Charles, whatever happened to him. So I use this in my crease. I'm gonna use this like brown right here. Feeling all the shades of brown. And I'm just gonna kind of tap in this like orangey shade right in the middle of that spot that I didn't do anything with. Then I can kind of keep packing this like into the like right inside of my lid, like kind of like this little like box. And then with what's on the brush too, I'm gonna kind of just go back in here a little bit. Just kind of like to like make things happen. It's pretty. And if you have blue eyes, obviously colors like this will really make your eyes pop. I feel like when I use browns, my eyes just look prettier than if I use even blues. I'm gonna go back in with this little packy brush though and just do a little, kind of like a neutral brown, just to kind of blend this, soften this up just a little bit in here. So it's not so harsh. Okay. And then for a liner shadow, wherever my little thing went, where's my little taper guy? That's shadow brush that was missing. So with this like Sigma tapered brush that I love, I'm just gonna go in again to that one slightly darker black shadow. This one right here. This one is not as dark as the black. So I'm just gonna gently, I don't wanna do too big of a wing. I just want it to look a little soft. Kind of from like, just the lash line that doesn't go too far in. I feel like if I go too far in, it just makes me look old. So again, not too much of a wing. I have really big eyes already and I don't want to look like too done up. I stopped using eyeliner, but I'll use like a shadow as a liner because I feel like it just goes on a little softer. And you can really blend it and soften it up versus like a stick. And liquid is just not happening on me anymore. Too many years of that. So a little bit goes just enough. And then same thing with whatever is left on the brush, I'm gonna kind of just add to my lower lash line. I feel like if I'm gonna do dramatic, I tend to go down versus up. I feel like a lot of times we forget about like this area of our eye, and that's where like we can add drama. So kind of again, this is why I like these like brushes, because you can kind of just like do messy makeup and it's okay. Next, I'm gonna do mascara and I'll do my eyebrows last. I love this stuff, it's my fave. There is no better mascara than this. There it is. I've had people ask me if I have fake eyelashes. I don't, obviously. I do not wear fake eyelashes, they drive me nuts. I have 2 of them and I do not know which one was old and what one was new. This is another mascara that you can really build. The MAC mascara is my second favorite. Like if something happens to this mascara, this is the old one. It's like dried up. If something ever happens to this mascara, I will go back to MAC. I mean, there's a reason why this is trash. Okay, garbage pile. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It just glides on so smoothly. Like glide, glide, glides more. This is one of the only mascaras that I feel like if for some reason it gets chunky, which it really doesn't unless you really kick it on, which I do. You can really build it and spread all those like chunks out. Sometimes I think the chunky look is okay if it looks like it's natural chunky, you know, not like you have like shit dried mascara that you've like not washed off your face. Like this gets like chunky as it's like, can you see? That's kind of chunky, I mean. Where it almost looks messy and like old, but it's like not like crusty. It's so pretty. The hardest thing being blonde though is a little goes a long ways. A little color makes me look like a clown. Black just looks real dark. The one thing I do always go crazy on is like my lower lash line with mascara. I feel like if I do mascara up, it goes down too. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry quick. When it does, I will use this spoolie and take out the mess I made underneath. But I love this like kind of like messy, soft look. And really I could leave my eyebrows for like a 90s kind of look, but it obviously looks like they're not done and I don't have any. So thanks to pomade, we're gonna go right in. MAC brush, it's tinier. It's smaller than like these angled ones. As you can see, it's just a little smaller. Much smaller than this guy. So I go for this one. I've yet to become an eyebrow artist, but I always just start with like the first line underneath. I always just kind of draw straight up to the corner. So that kind of gives me like that at least like template. And then I kind of just feather in the tail and then start feathering whatever's on the brush throughout. So you can tell it kind of softens, and I can kind of pull in some of that product from the bottom template. Yeah, I just kind of feel like if I just feather versus draw like a triangle kind of arch, it looks a little more natural. I've just been kind of into this like messy makeup look. Like it's almost intentional, but it's just the truth is I don't really have the skills that most people have to do this. And then with this kind of inside of the brush, I just kind of like flick over the inside line. Yeah, you can tell, like if I didn't do eyebrows, it just wouldn't have looked as good. So I try not to put too much more product on and just like feather and use what's on. And that tends to be a little better look. All right. And they are obviously not matching. Ooh. I had BLT for lunch and I just burped that up. So yeah, again, I just like feel like just feathering in stuff just kind of works better. Okay, boom. Lip liner, this has been one of my favorites lately, is this Charlotte Tilbury color. It's like the perfect brown. I like the look of a nice clean Cupid's bow, personally. And I have a really defined one, so I like to really play on that. And then I tend not to do my whole lip. Like I tend not to go too far into the corners. Again, I feel like this kind of like messy look is just a little more natural. And kind of just pat this in and kind of blend. And then because I don't really want any color right now because it is still summer, I love this stuff. It's my favorite. I'm just using the clear lip injection to give me a little glassy look. Trying to pull in some of that lip liner. And I feel like if I go over my lips, like it's okay, kind of plays with that like glassy look. So then a little bit of powder, a little bit of finishing setting powder. I love the Kat Von D brand. Again, a little goes a long way. And then I always set. And there is kind of my just basic get ready with me pre-fall, messy, glassy, sexy, glammy makeup look. I feel like it looks just natural enough. Not like I tried too hard. Like I kind of knew what I was doing. Just enough color for someone who's blonde. I will leave all the products in the description below. Everything that I use is literally what I've been using for probably a year now. These are just my favorite go-to products. Real basic options. My favorite brushes. And of course, a little Charlotte. Everyone needs a little Charlotte in their lives. hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Enjoy some of my other videos. And happy fall.